Okay, so we've got to talk about Call of Duty. The FPS juggernaut that's dominated for 2 decades might finally be feeling the heat. For years, COD has been untouchable. Even when a game in the series stumbled, sales still crushed the charts, multiplayer lobbies stayed full, and Warzone became a cultural phenomenon. But now, the conversation is starting to shift. Battlefield 6 just had an open beta weekend that shattered its own franchise records and even managed to top Call of Duty's all-time peak concurrent player count on Steam. Now, that's a stat I never thought that I'd say out loud. And then you have to add in some questionable design decisions, a marketing strategy that feels stuck in 2008, and a growing sense of same old, same old. And so we have to ask the question, is Call of Duty in trouble? So today we're breaking down the current state of the franchise, the hype and hesitations around Black Ops 7, the monster comeback of Battlefield 6, and what all this could mean for Call of Duty's future. Let's dive in. And so before we talk about what's coming, let's get real about where Call of Duty stands right now. Black Ops 6 came out swinging last year, and to be fair, its campaign was better received than some of the recent duds we've had in the series. Multiplayer is still active, Zombies is still pulling its weight, and if you only looked at raw player numbers, you might think that everything is fine. But here's the catch. Warzone, the crown jewel Battle Royale mode, has been bleeding players. Over the past several months, its numbers have dropped hard, and it's not just the usual ebb and flow of a seasonal lull. There's a sense of fatigue that is setting in. Part of it's the gameplay decisions, unrealistic cosmetics, strange balance changes, and constant mid-season tweaks that leave players wondering if their favorite guns will still be viable tomorrow. And part of it is competition. Games like Apex, Fortnite, and now Battlefield's upcoming VR are offering alternatives that feel fresher and, frankly, less grindy. So yeah, COD is steady in one sense, but it is vulnerable in another, and the cracks are starting to show. And normally by this point in the year, we'd already have seen some full gameplay showcase of the next Call of Duty. But Activision decided to hold back this time. Black Ops 7 was teased in June during the Xbox Game Showcase with a cinematic trailer, and then absolutely nothing. No deep dive, no multiplayer reveal, no hands-on preview for months. And so fans have been waiting, refreshing social feeds, combing through leaks, all while Battlefield has been dropping massive trailers, beta access, and gameplay footage left and right. And we now know the big worldwide reveal is set for August 19th. That's when Treyarch will finally show off the gameplay, the setting, and the returning mechanics. But the longer wait has created this weird gap where hype isn't building as much as it's simmering, and in the meantime, Battlefield is absolutely owning the conversation. And now one of the big leaks about Black Ops 7 comes from the incredibly reliable insider, the Ghost of Hope. And it's all about looping score streaks. So if you've been around since the World at War days, you know what that means. Score streaks that can be earned again and again in a single life, letting you chain kills into more streaks, into more kills, and so on and so forth. Now, fans who love the mechanic are excited, some even calling it a must-have feature that should be in every Call of Duty. But let's be real here. It's also one of the most polarizing mechanics in the series. If you're on the receiving end, stuck under an endless wave of choppers, dogs, and bombing runs, it's absolutely miserable. And now Black Ops 6 didn't have looping streaks, which made carrying a team much harder for skilled players. But now, with the leak suggesting the return, the question is, will this energize the game, or will it turn into a streak fest that drives casual players far away? And now while Call of Duty's marketing machine has been idling, EA has been doing victory laps. Battlefield 6's first open beta weekend didn't just beat expectations, it destroyed them. Over 330,000 players on Steam alone, breaking franchise records. And this is before the game is even out, and also before a second beta weekend. And the trailers are exploding online. The campaign reveal trailer even pulled more likes than Black Ops 7's cinematic trailer. The multiplayer reveal showed a modern-day setting that fans have been begging for, and plus, yes, a full-on Battle Royale mode. And so if you've been following the series, you know that Battlefield 2042 left a terrible taste in people's mouths, but Battlefield 6 is hitting all the right notes. The setting, the features, the maps, and most importantly, the feeling that DICE is actually listening this time. And then, of course, we need to talk about Mike Ybarra. He's the former Blizzard president that came out swinging, predicting that Battlefield 6 will boot stomp Call of Duty Black Ops 7 this year. And his reasoning is that COD has been on a downward trend since 2016, plagued by cheating, bloated installs, overcomplicated UIs, and those rainbow-colored cosmetics that feel like they belong in a different game entirely. He even went so far as to say that this could be good for gamers because a true loss might finally force Call of Duty to stop being lazy. And now that's a harsh take, but it is not coming from some random person. Ybarra has been deep inside the industry, seen the competition up close, and knows how much a wake-up call can change development priorities. But here's where things do get tricky. According to reports from Insider Gaming, Activision isn't sweating it like at all. Their internal belief is that Call of Duty is too big to fail. The thinking is that no matter what Battlefield does, COD's annual cycle, massive player base, and cultural footprint will keep it on top. And historically, they are not wrong. Even with rough releases, COD games still outsell almost everything else in gaming. But that confidence can turn into complacency real fast. And if you believe you can't lose, you stop innovating, you stop taking risks, and in the fast-moving FPS world, that's how you wake up one day to find your audience has completely moved on. And then, of course, there's the Reznov situation. Data miners recently found that pre-ordering Black Ops 7 will get you a Reznov Challenge Pack, 3 operator skins based on a character we first met back in 2008's Call of Duty World at War. Now, of course, Reznov's an icon, no doubt, but the reception is mixed at best. Fans say the skins don't even really look like him, and more importantly, they're calling out Activision for relying too much on nostalgia to drive pre-orders. And they're not wrong. Last year, Black Ops 6 did the same exact thing with Woods' skins. It's a safe, easy way to spark hype, but when your competitor is flooding the market with brand new content leaning on a 20-year-old character, it starts to look like a lack of fresh ideas. And when you zoom out, the place Call of Duty feels more exposed right now isn't traditional multiplayer or campaign. It's Warzone. That's where Battlefield 6's Battle Royale mode could really land a hit. For years, fans have been asking for a proper Battlefield Battle Royale. And now that it's coming, built on massive maps, realistic destruction, and a scale that COD can't easily match without completely rethinking Warzone's design. If Battlefield's BR hits, it won't just take a few players away, it could siphon off the core BR crowd that's been keeping Warzone alive through all of its ups and downs. And so to round this out, is Call of Duty actually in trouble? In the short term, probably not. Black Ops 7 will still sell millions. Multiplayer will be packed at launch, Warzone will still get updates and big seasonal drops. But in the long term, if Battlefield 6 delivers on its promises, and especially if its Battle Royale becomes a hit, we could be looking at the first real shift in FPS dominance in over a decade. And so the next few months are going to be critical. August 19th's reveal of Black Ops 7 needs to be a home run. The game has to feel fresh and not just another slightly tweaked iteration. And Activision can't just assume too big to fail will save them forever, because as we're seeing right now, even giants can trip up. So my overall question to you then, I'm going to bounce it back to you guys, is do you think that Call of Duty is in trouble? With everything that I've mentioned here today, with the rise of Battlefield 6 and all the crazy hype that's around it, do you think that Call of Duty can make a dent in the market this year? Do you think that it is actually in trouble, or do you think it's even too late, that Call of Duty has just been so stagnant for so many years that they're really going to be in trouble this year? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're new, as I will continue to be making more gaming news videos just like this one. Until next time.